Well, I heard back in June that Obama would be vacationing on Martha's Vineyard in August, so we've been trying to put together, a protest against him, and finally everything came together this weekend where it looks like we'll be able to go out there. Part of the problem, and I heard you guys talking about it a little bit, is that the so-called anti-war movement doesn't want to have anything focused on Obama against the occupations and the wars of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iraq. And, Iraq's not over yet. And so anyway, we've come up against some considerable resistance from the left. But then over this past week, when it looks like, this big debate about health care and, all these, the right playing into the hands of the Democratic Party that doesn't want to give a public option for health care. And so it looks like the White House is caving into that. And I'm like, well, why don't we on the left, the anti-war left, go out and exert pressure on him to start bringing the troops down from the Middle East and actually to, enforce some kind of sane foreign policy instead of all these, and I think that, of course, the wars are for chaos, but the wars are also for profit. So we have to exert the same kind of pressure, because if Obama can fold to the right, why can't he also fold to the left?
Well, Cindy Sheehan, of course, lost her son over in Iraq, and has one of the big iconic image the last 6-7 years exposing these fraudulent wars of hegemon. How do we expose the fact that the anti-war movement is foundation funded and demand that they stand up to Obama? I mean, I guess we do what you're doing, go out and expose that fraud, or any other ideas of how we can get that done?
Well, I certainly think that we have to remain consistent and pure and try not to be co-opted by the same forces that co-opted many large anti-war groups in this country. And so we need to just, stay pure and stay focused. And this isn't getting quite the attention that going out to the Bush Ranch got. So, there's a lot of false debates going on, so we need to redirect it where the debate needs to be, and that's ending this empire, this military-industrial empire. And we can't get anything else done in this country until that happens. And so hopefully when I go out to Martha's Vineyard, like when I went to Crawford, Texas, the press will be there. People will start being able to hear that message. There's many people on the so-called left that still think Obama is some kind of a peace person. So that really needs to be exposed, and that myth. Well,
that's because his election obviously has been used to totally get all these issues off the table. It's la-la land. The establishment craftily did that, making the war like it was just Bush's and not the establishment that controls both these presidents. But Cindy, overall, and I want to get Webster's comment on this, the incredible drop of Obama. His polls have gone from the 80s to the mid-40s now. He lost 3 points last week, lowest approval rating of any president 8 months into their administration. Are you worried about him staging any type of crises or terror attack like we saw from Bush as a pretext to try to continue this agenda?
Well, that's a concern that we always have to worry about, but that doesn't mean that we quit our activism or quit speaking the truth to the power. That we have to go forward, and we have to, first of all, I support 100% the 9/11 truth movement, and I support the ballot initiative in New York City to get a new investigation going. But that's one thing that needs to be exposed over and over and over again, is how our governments do have these, and I don't know who caused 9/11. I know you guys know. I don't know who caused it. But over and over and over again, we have these, so-called disasters that get us into one war after the other, but not just wars, having our civil liberties taken away here at home. So those things, we just have to keep talking about it, and we can't let them get away with another event like that.
Well, Ms. Sheehan, you know that it came out about Gulf of Tonkin and all these other staged events. It's in Army manuals.
Please start calling me Miss Sheehan.
Miss.
Cindy.
Yeah, Cindy. I'm thinking about staged events, though. We know about Gulf of Tonkin. We know about other events.
Right.
We know Cheney did want to blow up U.S. ships and blame it on Iran.
Right.
So I think we defeat their false flag by pointing out that they may engage in false flag. And by
absolutely. I agree with you.
And by not letting them play us off against each other in the left-right paradigm, which is very, very hard to do as they polarize things. Webster, any questions or comments for Cindy Sheehan?
I think that's wonderful news. And the only question I have is, Cindy, how can people support you? Is there a website? Is there a PayPal? How can people link up, and how can they support you financially?
That's an awesome question. You can go to cindysheehansoapbox.com. There's a donate button. And if you do use PayPal, my account is Cindy at cindysheehansoapbox.com. And we just have to use all the tools that we have to expose the robber class that I call them. It's all about the robber class, and it's all about this divide. And Bush and Obama are both members of it. And it's not about the person. It's about the system, and it's about the policies.
Exactly. The president, the personality becomes the distraction, the diversion from the real debate and the real issues. Well, hopefully we can get you to pop in then when you're out there demonstrating from Martha's Vineyard. Thank you so much, Cindy Sheehan. We'll get it up on the website.
Thank you.
God bless you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Webster, we're going to come back, closing 5 minutes from you. Then we've got our surprise guest scheduled coming up in the final hour today. I will just leave it at that for everybody. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Our websites are prisonplanet.tv and infowars.com. We're streaming live right now at prisonplanet.tv.